Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Arizona Cardinals taking on the Washington football team.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week,
running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. He'll get 3 up to midfield. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man here, Sims complete.
The pass, complete to Steven Sims. It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Gibson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards there at a Washington first. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the number 1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
We talk so much about how coaches script things, especially on offense, to start a season, to start a game, whatever it is. Could they have scripted a better start in terms of playing? Offensive Player of the Week in the NFC, and his team won their season opener.
Absolutely perfect start to the year, but all the talk was, hey, that was week 1. Now we got to move forward.
Let's do it again in week 2. That's what he's told his teammates.
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And 6 at the 29-yard line.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
The 26-yard line.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Shotgun now from Murray. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
Murray now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Murray a give. This is Drake. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Murray on third down. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this.
Kyler Murray. That's good for a Cardinal.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
Couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Out of the gun, here's Murray on the move to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 46
Now Drake.
line.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 38. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's someone who's running the football with a big smile on his face. That's Kenyon Drake, because you remember last year he was in Miami, wasn't getting many carries, not a lot of success, but in midseason ended up in Arizona and became a huge weapon for the Cardinals. 8 touchdowns the second half of the season, utilized really well. Big-time skilled player who can run it and catch it out of the backfield.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Kyler Murray.
Montez Sweat in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on second and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Murray under pressure again, and down he goes again. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. From the gun, Murray. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Greg Stroman back deep for Washington. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen. No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
At the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Benson Mayowa.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He was brought down by Patrick.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40. A throw over the middle, taken in. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Isaiah Simmons. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. After the turnover, here's Murray. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, it's caught on the right side. Williams.
Incomplete.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
4 brings up 3rd and 8.
To throw is Murray. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Thomas Davis with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up.
They run the counter. Gibson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
19-yard line.
They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A throw taken in by Sims. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
2nd and 13. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cardinals nothing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So now on 4th down, Washington will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Makes this Washington 10. Cardinals nothing.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball, it's kind of kept him in this game.
No doubt about it, because if he's not making the plays that we've seen, they are really getting blown out in this one. I don't think they have any chance at all. He's keeping them in striking distance, hoping to get some help from the defensive side of the ball so maybe some of these plays can turn into plays that maybe put them in the lead.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And there's Kyler Murray being sacked, and in his first year in the league, surprising to a lot of people, he was the most sacked quarterback, went down 48 times. And when you think about the mobility that he possesses, that really does surprise people because they think they can get out of everything. But so often, those young guys who can move around a lot, they keep plays alive so long that sometimes they actually get trapped. Defenses are going to test him and continue to test him. I think he's got something for them as he continues to move forward.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Third and 19.
Murray with a third and long. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Kenyon Drake.
No surprise they decided to throw on third down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Andy Lee now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. On first down, it's Gibson. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Simmons on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
A gain of 15.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Incomplete. He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. For the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out comes Kenyon Drake in the Arizona offense to take over. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chase Young able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Murray, and he'll go underneath here to Drake. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
From the gun, Murray. Throw left side complete. It's Drake. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
Take over 1st and 10.
So here is Washington now to take over. They were victorious a week ago over Philadelphia. They lead here as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Complete to Jeremy Sprinkle. A 7-yard.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Murray dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 47-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 44.
From the gun, Murray. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Murray's pass.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Operating from the gun, Murray. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Chase Edmonds.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
And 8.
Now Murray again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Throw right side, complete to Williams.
Murray's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 16-yard line.
Murray to air it out again. Steps away. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Shotgun now from Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And that'll make it 13-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Their own 24.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man here, Sims complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Washington on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the rookie Isaiah Simmons. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
First down, Murray. Caught left side, Hopkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, even I can figure out that DeAndre Hopkins is clearly one of the best receivers in the game. Over the last 3 seasons, over 1,100 yards in each season. And don't forget, defenses have been keying on him each and every snap. This guy produces no matter what the situation, no matter what the coverage. Just find him and get him the football.
On first down, Drake. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Ball carrier.
The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
At the 11-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and...
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Max Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Space to maneuver at the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47.
Antonio Gibson.
That good for 22 and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. That catch good for only a couple. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Murray now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On second down, it's Drake. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. On third down, Drake. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And he's able to get it out of there. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. So a very tight first half. We head to break in a 1-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where you see the final score there. 34-27 the final as they win by a touchdown. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. A 2-touchdown victory. 31-17, the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. Well, how's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry, or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up, and it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5 sacks against him, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up second.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray, he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
For the last few seasons, it's almost been sport for us in the media to see if Larry Fitzgerald was going to call it quits and cap off what I believe is a Hall of Fame career. But now he's entered season number 17, second on the all-time receptions list, just 171 catches behind Jerry Rice, and maybe he's found new life as he continues to pile up the big numbers.
Murray on the
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
From the gun, Murray. A quick throw here, that's complete.
Murray's pass
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
brings up 3rd and 1.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
To throw again on 2nd down, Murray. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 36. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
6-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Christian Kirk. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Drake, and he stopped immediately there.
Drake, the ball carrier.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Murray. He's got a man, it's Williams. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On first down, Drake. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and
Throwing on 2nd down, Murray. And completes it to Kirk over the middle.
A nice catch there by Christian Kirk. Had 709 yards and 3 touchdowns in the 2019 season. I expect those numbers to continue to climb. This is a guy who can play in the slot, play outside, but the number one thing about him, absolute explosiveness, especially after he catches the ball downfield. If you don't make the tackle right there, he's going to take it a long way.
Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down. They'll run, it's Drake. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup there.
2nd and 3 at the 5-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Drake, and he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Landon Collins.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Down and 4.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try.
7-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
Score Cardinals 17. Washington 13.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. All things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
When I watch Chandler Jones play for the Arizona Cardinals, I actually get a little bit jealous because he does his job as well as anyone in the league. He's played 64 games for Arizona starting this season. 60 sacks in that time frame. That's just under 1 per game. That type of success rate will not only keep you on the field, but also garner you a lot of honors.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And they give this time to the tailback. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Well, no gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Murray got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and short, Drake. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Andy Lee now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Now they can't bring him down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Third. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
1st down, Washington.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
To throw now on 1st down. The throw taken in by Sims. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. 13 yards there at a Washington 1st.
1st down, Washington.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
A 4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the... In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
The quarterback is sacked.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 29-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good.
The kick is good.
And that'll bring him back within a point.
Score Cardinals 17. Washington 16.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
On the return, the Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun. Murray. Fitzgerald on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on